Hey guys, how are you? It's me. I just got done with my counseling appointment. Can you see me okay? I apologize ahead of time if you end up flipping over because I just kind of have the camera sitting right there on the dash. Um, Counseling went alright. I actually did not cry. I thought I would. Um, with everything going on with my husband, it's not easy, I'll admit to that. And I've been worried crazy, to the point of upset stomach and whatnot, but it's another test of faith. I am trying to give it all to God and let Him take care of the situation, and I'm just praying that everything is fine and fixable if there is something wrong. You know what I mean? And of course, it also got me to thinking about my dad and my mom. I don't know why, just random stuff. I thought back to when my mom died, and that was in 2006. And I was like, I remember being upset about it, of course, but I remember the feeling of anger the most. I was so angry with my mom. I was angry because she was giving up. I was angry because she wasn't trying. She had this big growth on the back of her leg that, she couldn't walk and didn't try and wouldn't use a wheelchair, wouldn't use a cart thing, a go-kart thing or whatever. She was giving up, and so I remember having to basically prepare myself because I figured she was just tired and she wanted to die. That's what she wanted. And so I was preparing myself for that. And so when it happened, I was, of course, very upset. But I don't know, I guess I seemed to handle it better. And then my dad, there was no time to prepare because I don't know how he felt about anything. He never talked about anything, and he didn't tell us about the fact that he had cancer. He dealt with it for a year on his own, well, with his wife and medical staff. But I thought about him again, about the one day that I saw him at the park. I was on lunch, and I was at the park that's near his house, and I actually saw him there. He was there by himself. And I said to my husband today, I'm like, okay, randomly thought about this, don't know why, but about the time I saw my dad in the park and he was sitting there, and I went and talked with him a bit and said hi, and I think we talked about Kaylee graduating and whatnot, or I don't know everything we talked about, I don't remember. But I do know that at that time he knew he had cancer. And so I just, I'm thinking today, I wonder what he was thinking about that day in the park. Reflecting on life, perhaps, and it's so weird how life works, because for whatever reason, I chose to go see him in the park that day, and then, our relationship still wasn't perfect, or what I had always dreamed of. But at least we were talking, and at least, there was communication, and I was opening that door again. And so, when he did die, it was tough. I do have some regrets. But not as bad as what they would have been had I not made any attempts to, get our relationship a little bit better. I'm so glad I did that. I'm so glad I have the heart I have, the compassion that I have. And so, another thing that I mentioned today to my husband is my passion, I think, is to find something that gives me that warm fuzzy in my heart, that makes me feel good, that is rewarding, And the job I have now is not it. You know, I might be good at it, but it doesn't feel rewarding at all. I feel like I'm just wasting so much of my life. And I don't want to do that anymore. So I said to him, as we were sitting in the doctor's office today while he was waiting to get his blood work done, I was just observing people walking in and out, and I saw this morbidly older guy come in, morbidly obese guy. And he was older. I'm not sure exactly how old he was. I'm guessing maybe 60s. And then in another chair was this very thin older guy, I'm guessing 70s maybe. And I watched the thin guy's face as this big guy walked by him, and I watched the expression on his face, and he just shook his head like this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, what's going through this guy's mind? None of my business, but I could see that he had some sort of thought about the fact that this guy was so big. And I said to my husband, I'm like, you know what, I think maybe, sorry guys, I think maybe I was put through an obese prison, and now I'm not completely out, but I'm working on it. I think I was put through that so that I can help others in that situation. I have a story to tell. And I know I do videos, but I think there's more to it. I told my husband, I'm like, I think I have an interest in health and nutrition and fitness, and of course I still gotta get there myself, but I'm working on it. I said, but I think I need some legit education. Of course he didn't respond, and I don't know if, you know, with everything going on, if he's just too nervous about that, if I'm causing him more grief by even bringing that up, because of course education costs money. But I'll tell you what, I can't spend the rest of my life in that job, because life is too precious, and I want to be happy all the time, not just a little bit of the time. I want to feel good about what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I've said this a bazillion times, it seems like. I'm like a broken record. Anyway. A lot going on again, and I just, a part of me wants to really break down and say, see what happens anytime I start to get happy again, something else is thrown at me. A big part of me wants to break down and be freaking angry with something, someone, somewhere. But I can't, because I want to be happy. I mean, I'm worried about my husband. I want him to be good. I want him to be well. I don't want anything tragic to happen or debilitating or anything like that, of course. Nobody wants that. I pray for the strength. For those that are believers, it's said that he doesn't give you anything you can't handle. So that's what I'm holding on to. And I sometimes think sometimes wonder if he thinks I'm made of steel. Anyway, I just had to share. Counseling did go well, but a lot of my mind with everything going on, and I'm just trying to vent a little bit, and really, oh my gosh, I need to use this 2 weeks wisely. I need to figure this out. And I need to pursue what is going to make me happy. Come on, get happy. Alright. Peace and love. A lot of smiles. And I'm going to come back later, probably. Alright, bye.